Hey guys, well, remember when I told you that the last flip video was going to be our last flip video? Well, I lied. We got at least one more. So, we're going to talk today about the Cartesian coordinate plane. Now, you might be asking yourself, what the heck is Cartesian? Well, it's not a country and it's not a language. It's actually named after some really old French dude named René Descartes, who was really, really good at math, much smarter than me or any of the math teachers here. So he actually got an entire coordinate plane named after him, and you can see his picture down there. We got some cool pictures of Dusty and Bravo and Echo down there too, because you know it's a coordinate plane. Get it? Haha, plane. Well, let's get started. So, coordinate planes are actually really useful and used in a lot of areas in life. The military use them when they're out in the field to describe where they're at, to coordinate attacks and do stuff like that. We can see a picture here of Hawaii and the grid that they would have created for the coordinate plane there. It's also useful in maps. We have something called the equator and the prime meridian, which separates our world, our map, into segments based on vertical and horizontal lines so we can know where we're at. It's also useful in video game design. When they are mapping out the spacing on things, the movement of things, especially if we're working with a two-dimensional scrolling game like Mario Brothers back in the day or something, our two-dimensional coordinate plane becomes very, very useful. Also in archaeology, they have a grid system. When they have an archaeological spot that they're digging, you can see the ropes that they set up here. They create vertical and horizontal lines they can section off each little bit of the ground that they're doing and be able to work. And Justin Bieber? Well, maybe not Justin Bieber, but you know, he's from Canada, so we'll throw him a bone. But below, we can see here is a real-life example of a coordinate plane being used to show a relationship between the number of earthquakes per year and the magnitude of the earthquakes, or the strength of the earthquakes. So, a couple questions just using this coordinate plane here about how many earthquakes per year have a magnitude of 5. So go ahead and look at the coordinate plane. What do you think? Magnitude of 5. Did you say about 40? Right, we can see that point there has a value, a location on the horizontal axis and on the vertical axis. A magnitude of 5 on the horizontal, around 40 if you look at the estimation there. And Oklahoma City, you can see down below there, is an example of a city that actually has about 40 earthquakes per year. So if you like earthquakes, that's a good place to head. So what about what earthquake is there that has a magnitude? What magnitude of earthquake would there be if there was about 1 earthquake per year? Take a look at the coordinate plane over there. What do you think? Hopefully you said 6.5. Right, now you might think 6.5, well that doesn't sound like very much, but you can see down below there is a picture of what an earthquake that was at a magnitude of 6.5 did. That's nothing to sneeze at right there. So we can see that coordinate planes here can be very, very useful in a lot of different areas in real life. So let's actually dig into some of the nuts and bolts of them so we can start working with them ourselves. So we got to do some vocabulary first. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but we've got to do some vocabulary here. So first thing is a coordinate plane. Well, it's a definition here. It's a two-dimensional plane made up of a vertical and a horizontal number line. Okay, we've got our x-axis. That's going to be our horizontal coordinate plane. And the y-axis is going to be our vertical number line there. Sorry, I said coordinate plane before. Number line. Horizontal number line, vertical number line. Ordered pair is a location of a point on the coordinate plane defined by a value from each axis. So every point is going to have a horizontal and a vertical location. The x-coordinate is our horizontal location, and it's always going to come first. Our vertical location, our y-coordinate is our vertical location, and that's going to always come second in our ordered pair. Right? The origin is the point of intersection between our x-axis and our y-axis. And our last vocabulary here is a coordinate is a region that is created on the coordinate planes by our x and y axis. Okay, so we got the vocabulary out of the way. Let's start applying it here. So I want you to go through and answer each of these questions below here. We'll kind of walk through them together. I'll give you a few seconds before we give the answers here. So which axis is the x-axis? Go ahead and label it. Hopefully you made that axis, the horizontal axis, your x-axis. How about the y-axis? Hopefully you made that one the y-axis, right? Process of elimination, you had to get that one right. 4 quadrants. Now this might be a little tricky. How are you going to label our 4 quadrants? I'll give you a hint. You are using the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. So which order are they going to go in? Give it a shot. Give you a couple seconds here. So if you notice, the first quadrant is in the top right, and then we go anti-clockwise, or counterclockwise if you like it, anti-clockwise to count 2, 3, and 4 there for our quadrants. This is something that's a little bit tricky at times because we normally want to move from top left and go clockwise, so make sure you're paying attention to that. Okay, label the origin. Where is the point of intersection of our axes? And what is the ordered pair? We can see that the origin is right there, and that ordered pair is going to be 0, 0. It's 0 on the x-axis, and its location is 0 on the y-axis. Okay, so I want you to do 5 and 6 together. Label M, and point P. Gosh darn it, always comes up here. Label M and label P. Go ahead, find -4, 5, and 3, -2. Find those locations on the coordinate plane. There's M, and there's P. So hopefully we put those in the right spots. Okay, we got 3 points on there that I want you to give me the location of, A, B, and C. So we can see them up there. So go ahead, figure out what is the location of A, what is the location of B, and what is the location of C, and write that location as an ordered pair. And we can see that A is 0, 3, B is -5, 0, and C is -3, -3. Well, if you have questions about any of these, if you're not understanding where all this information came from or how we put some things on the coordinate plane, please come see us, ask questions in class when we come back on Tuesday, and we'll make sure we clear that up for you. So now it's time to try some on your own here. We have 9 ordered pairs there, 9 locations that we want you to put a point on and label it with the value. So go ahead and pause the video and label those 9 points now. Well, let's see how you did here. Let's see how you did. Oh, look at that. Nikolai Miracek just showed up. He is the Serbian beast coming over from the east, right? He's going to help the Bulls with their stretch 4 position. He's a 6'10" three-point shooter. Hopefully, we're hoping he's like a poor man's Dirk Nowitzki. Okay, so also you see there are some points on the coordinate plane now. So take a look, see how you did there, and tell if you got any questions again, please make sure you come to class and ask. So now we're going to go in the other direction. Now you're given some points, and I want you to name those points. So I want you to give me the locations in an ordered pair of each of those points. Pause the video now. Okay, let's see how we did. Oh man, Jimmy Butler's showing up in the house there after a monster dunk, right? He is going to lock down LeBron this year, and we're going to take the East and go into the conference finals finally with a healthy Derrick Rose. And you can see there's also a list of ordered pairs there. So check your answers, make sure we got that correct there. And this brings us to the end of our video. However, I want to throw in one more little catch there. If you watched this video, if you actually watched the video like we asked you to, what I want you to do is write down Chicago Bulls in really big letters at the very bottom of the second page of your notes. Okay, Chicago Bulls in really big letters on the second page. Write it down, and we'll see you in class.